So it took a little bit of finagling, but I finally got this working. Using the VGA to component and then back to DVI adapters did not work on that monitor up there. The VGA to component did not work going component into my TV downstairs. So I swung by Micro Center and got the cheapest monitor they had with VGA input on it, and that works. So I can actually set up these 3 computers and start working on building the VMs for them. Hey guys, welcome back to Dirt Pickle. So this week, the video is significantly longer than I had planned on. The reason I split up week 12 into 2 parts, because I thought the video would be kind of weak, or short. And then I found all the parts to get my SLRs up and running, and I stuck one of them on a tripod and started filming while I was working, and I created a ton of content. And so instead of breaking it up again, I decided, screw it, I'll just run with it. So this video is almost 40 minutes long, or around 40 minutes or so. It's basically, I tackle the pink bathroom. I don't tear it out. I tear out the wallpaper, I paint it, I fix the ceiling, all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the video this week, I build a small little project. I don't reveal what it is. I want you guys to guess in the comments what it is, see if anybody gets it right. And then I'll show you the beginning of next week. So enjoy. Oh, also, one of the things I saw on a couple other smaller channels is the #1 request from people was to just record and let the camera run. So that's kind of what I did this week, and that's why this video is so long. So I'm curious if that works out for you guys. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. Either way, enjoy. Hopefully I pick out some good music this week, and hopefully you enjoy the video this week. Thanks, guys. All right, I haven't filmed much this week, but I decided I'm gonna do this little thing. I'm gonna see if I can fix this bathroom by the end of the weekend. So by the end of this video. So I need to remove this section of drywall. To do that first, I need to pull the insulation out from on top so it doesn't all fall down here. Remove that section, put in a new section, get rid of the wallpaper, although this is gonna be a pain in the ass, so I might just leave it unless this trim comes off. Prime it, paint it, and see, there's a couple mirror pieces outside. Let's see if I can cut one down to fit on there. And then it'll be ready enough for a while until I can get the other bathroom done. So it's hard to see, but this is the top side of that bad section of ceiling. You can kind of see a little bit of light poking through right over here. So I'm just gonna brush back this insulation a bit so I can cut out this section of the ceiling and pop a new section in. So what I'm doing is I'm scoring along some of the lines that are already here. There's this drywall isn't that wide. This sheet runs from here to here, and then another one from here to here. And then, so I'm scoring along these 2 lines. I'm going to score along there, and should be able to break this out from the top, and it should drop down onto the sink. And then I just have this one square to replace. So that came out fairly cleanly, and it looks like it got the bulk of the damage. I maybe could do this one here, but I think I'm gonna see if I can get away with just taking out this section. So you can kind of tell from here, this is not traditional drywall. I mean, maybe this piece is here, but then there's concrete over the top of it. Maybe they didn't have concrete board back then or something, or the green drywall or whatever. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut this line as straight as I can along the 2x4, just whip out the old scroll saw, and then just attach another 2x4 section up to this joist. That way I'll have something to screw into, because just trying to get down the center of this joist is gonna be a real pain in the ass. So I have the patch in. It's in some spots it's quite a bit thinner than the rest, but I don't really care that there's because this is just a temporary fix until the other bathroom is done, that I can tear this bathroom out. So there's going to be, when it's all done and mudded and everything, there'll be a ridge here, there'll be a ridge there that kind of comes up partway here, and same over there. It'll probably go about halfway or so. But that's okay. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna grab something to scrape away any of this loose stuff with, and then I'm gonna grab some mud and start filling in. I'm not gonna bother taping again, just because it's a temporary fix. And then it'll all get torn out when I redo this bathroom properly. After tearing apart the ceiling and popping the patch in, I was cleaning up the counter and I bumped this, and now the nuts that were holding it in place were plastic, and so now it's completely loose because they just shattered and fell on the floor. So I think one of my tasks this weekend will be to remove this, go on down to the True Value and see if they got the nuts that go on the bottom of this, and then put it back. Application of drywall mud dries, I'm warming up the steamer. I'm gonna start removing all this hideous old wallpaper, and hopefully I can get it all out of here, get it cleaned up as best I can, and get it ready for some primer. here's where we're at. I've skim coated going down on all the walls where I removed wallpaper and any other cracks and places where I peeled paint off. And then I'm gonna let that set and then I'll skim coat across, and it should make a pretty smooth wall, I think. I don't know if that's really the right way to do it. I've got the second coat on there. It looks better than the first. You'll definitely notice it. You can't really hide that it's up there unless I make it like super thick, but I'm not gonna do that. So now I need to, I don't remember what I was gonna do next. Huh, okay. I remembered. The camera, the SLR, I pulled out, and it stops recording video after a certain amount of time because of some licensing thing way back when this was made. It's an older SLR. But if I remember right, there is a way to hack this camera and eliminate that limit. So that's what I'm gonna do next while this sets up. I'm gonna see if I can't hack this camera and the other one I have. So it's the next morning. Everything is dried in here and set. So I'm gonna run it over with the sandpaper real quick. That'll take a bit more because it's ugly looking, but then I can throw another skim over it. Remove that, go to the hardware store. By the time I get back, that should be better and or dried enough to put a third layer on it. If not, I have another small project I can do while that happens. So let's do some sanding. So my local True Value did in fact have the nuts I need to go back on here. So I cleaned up the gasket a little bit. I'll clean up this surface a little bit, assemble the whole thing, and I'll have water again. So one of the things I'm doing while waiting for the mud to dry is I replaced this light. If you remember, it died a week or so ago, or broke anyway. So I've replaced it. Now that this is lit up, you can actually see in here. So now one of the things to do, not soon, but you know, one of the little tasks to do is to hang up some numbers, house numbers in here so you can actually see them at night. There's the ones over there you can't really see that well, and that's just a peeve of mine that you can't see house numbers on most houses these days, especially at night. But anyways, they're aimed better. You can see the car at night when it's parked. You can see the faces of people on the camera when it's parked. And I did the one on the south corner as well. it's the same exact setup, and also I've re-aimed them a little bit. So the light, the bulb hanging down kind of covers that area, and then the one hitting over here kind of does this without blinding the neighbors when they pull in the driveway, and the other one shoots back down the driveway so you can see when you're walking through there at night. So I have two spots up there that are just taking longer than the others to set completely. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of go around the room, clean up any edges, tape everything so I'm ready for primer. And worst case is, for whatever reason, they don't set today and I do it tomorrow. But for now, I'm just gonna go along, clean everything up, and get it ready for primer. All right, so Sunday morning, I primed this room yesterday. You can see the patch there, but not all that much, so it's fine. I've already painted into the corners here. So I've got the big camera set up. I'm gonna turn it on and paint the rest of the room. So the room is painted. It looks a lot better. It actually feels taller in here than when it had the pink wallpaper. But it's painted. Time to remove the tape. I need to go to the hardware store, pick up a couple small things like toggle bolts to remount the weird little light cover, and I need to find somewhere in my stash of fluorescent tubes outside. I could probably find 2 that actually match in color temperature. Just some minor things, and put this thing back together. I need to see, there's a mirror somewhere around here, I can't remember where it is, that I'm gonna see if I can cut down to fit on here. So I need some sort of glue or something. Need to put the knobs back on here. There's definitely some corners I cut, like, you know, painting right over the hinges and stuff like that. I only did those things because this is a temporary refresh until the other bathroom upstairs is done. And then I can come down here, gut this whole thing, and do it over again. If that were not the case, I would have actually removed these doors. I would have painted both sides of them instead of just the outside. I would have taken these hinges down to the machine shop and had them sandblast them, or I would have bought new ones. And I definitely wouldn't have painted them in place. But all that stuff is just kind of temporary because I know that this is just going to get torn apart. And so this is just to make it so that as I rent rooms out, someone doesn't walk in here and look at the ceiling falling apart and go, ew, gross, and just not want to rent one of the rooms or something because of something like that. So I need to remount the thing I hang my speaker on, little things like that. I didn't care too much that I got paint on the light fixture, and this is kind of a bitch to paint in there because these screws I couldn't get out. So I decided it's best to just leave it in place. But yeah, so now I just need to go grab a couple small things and wait for the paint to dry, and this room will be freshened up, and I'll hit my goal about half a day early here, which is kind of a nice feeling. I can maybe work on another small project. So I almost forgot about this piece that hangs over the lights. It's not that I forgot about it, that I forgot that I should do something to paint it, make it look a little better and clean it before going up. So this side is almost 100% smooth, and the other side has the ridges on it. Both sides appear to be frosted, but I'm gonna put this side out. So I'm gonna clean up the existing paint with the razor, and then pop some tape on here, and then paint these sides the same color as the room. So I'm almost done in here. While putting this back in, I scuffed up the paint up there because this is an exact fit instead of being slightly narrower than the opening. So I just need to grab a paintbrush and kind of touch that up some. And the other thing I have left, the color temperatures. I went and I dug through the bulbs outside, the fluorescent tubes, and I can't find anything to match that side. And that side is different than every other size in the house. So I'm just gonna have to everybody's just gonna have to live with these not matching. And that's just right here at this house. And so the other things I gotta do left is touch up that, swap out this faceplate, swap out that one, and do some caulking to clean up the edges a bit here and there. And this room is pretty much done for a while. That's not it. If anybody was guessing a bench, you are wrong. It is not a bench. But let me take it and show you what it is.